Class, we will do leadership today. First of all, let us understand the concept of leadership. What do we mean by a leader? We all know that a person, the employees who are doing the work, does not work on their full capacity. They always use only 60% of their capacity, and 40% of their capacity is not utilized by them. So, to make them utilized, we have to this is possible. We have to inspire them so that they can work with the full greater dedication and full enthusiasm. And such inspiration or guidance can be given by an executive who is not only an efficient manager but a good leader also. So first of all, you should know what do we mean by leadership. Leadership is it is to influence others, means prabhavit karna, to influence others in such a manner to do what the leader wants them to do. You all must be knowing about leader. Leader is a person to whom all the other people follow. As you know, in have you seen the march past? In the march past, what are the things the people are doing? They follow the leader of the house or the house captain. So he is the leader and he has to do all the things which he want to do, which he want for his followers to do. So he has to influence the other people in such a way that they should copy them, and he would like the things he want them to do, they can do it very easily. So let us give it a reading. According to an estimate, employees use only 60% of their capacity. However, it is essential to utilize the remaining 40% of their capacity for the easy attainment of the predetermined objectives of the enterprise. And how it can be done? This is possible only when they are inspired to work with greater dedication and fuller enthusiasm. Such inspiration or guidance can be given by an executive who is not only an efficient manager but a good leader also. The person who gives the inspiration or guidance to the other people, he should be a good leader or an efficient manager. A leader is an individual who exercises his influence on all the other persons in a group in such a manner as to make them work with complete enthusiasm and confidence and to their fullest capacity for the attainment of the objectives of the enterprise. Such qualities of a leader are called leadership. So, a leader is a person who influences others, who influences his followers in such a way that they get enthusiasm and confidence in them, and they work with their full capacity so that they all can achieve the objectives of the organization. Now, what is the definition of leadership? According to Knut and O'Donnell, leadership may be defined as the ability to exert interpersonal influence by means of communications toward the achievement of a goal. You have to learn this definition. The features of leadership. What are the features? First one is influencing process. This is an influencing process. Influence means to प्रभावित करना किसी को अपने ओर. So leadership is in the form of an influencing process. Here influencing means bringing others under one's own influence. A leader behaves with his followers in such a way that they automatically come under his influence. The way a leader speaks, the way the leader works, it influences the other peoples. As you see a person and you get influenced by him and you want to be like him only, that means that that person has influenced you by the way of his talking and by the way of his work. So a leader should be like this, that he should influence others in his own way so that the other people start working like him only. They start working as they are told by their leader. It is said that the exercise of influence is the essence of leadership. Second one is behavior changing process. Leadership has the power to change the behavior of their followers. A manager who has this ability gets a better work performance from his subordinates. A leader should be like one who has the power to change the behavior of any person or his followers. Followers are the person who follow a leader. A manager has the manager who has this ability to change the behavior of the other people can make them and make them work as he wants. Third one is interpersonal relations between leaders and followers. Right, this is very right point that leaders and followers are both related to each other. If one is absent, the other can't do anything. If there are no followers to follow any leader, then what is the role of leader over there? He has no role over there. Likewise, if there are followers but there is no leader, then the followers will work like whom? So both are very important. Leaders and followers both are very important for any leadership work. Without followers, a leader has no existence. In order to make leadership meaningful, it is imperative to have followers or employees to work with him. Therefore, leadership indicates interpersonal relations between the leader and the followers. Fourth one, achieves common goals. The first feature, the prominent feature of leadership is the achievement of a common goals. All of them work for the same objective to achieve the objectives of the organization. Fifth one is continuous process. Leadership is not one which is done once and then gone away. No, leadership is needed at every time to get the proper work done by the subordinates. I hope I am very clear to all of you. Now, the next is leadership styles. Please learn it by heart. The leadership styles. Every time it is asked, there are three types of leadership: autocratic, democratic, and laissez faire. Now, let's read it one by one. First one is autocratic leadership. Autocratic leadership means this is the leadership which is in the hands of a leader only. It is a leader centered style. Whatever the leader says, the followers has to do that only. All the authority is in the hands of the leader only. So let's read it. This style is known as the leader centered style. Under this style, the leader keeps all the authority centered in his hands, and the employees have to perform the work exactly as per his orders. Whatever the orders are given by the leaders to the employees, they have to work according to it only. If the employees will not do the work as per the saying of the leader, then he will get punished. The leader does not decentralize his authority. Why does the leader does not decentralize his authority? Because he has the fear of losing his importance. Consequently, the responsibility of the success or failure of management remains with the manager. And now, if something is in the hands of the manager only, so whenever there will be any profit or loss or anything that will happen in the organization, all will come, the only the manager will only be responsible for that and no one else, because he has the only authority to do anything. What are the features? First one is centralized authority. Everything is in the hands of the manager only. Single man decisions, as everything is done according to the leader only. So he can take decisions whenever he wants and whatever he wants. He doesn't have to consult anyone. Third, wrong belief regarding employees. The manager is a victim of the thinking that the employees do not work when motivated by love and they require hard control. So, what is the thinking of manager? He knows that if you will say something with love to anyone, they will not work. But if you will punish them for anything and you will be harsh with anyone, then they will work. So this is the wrong thinking about the employees of the managers. Fourth one is only downward communication. Downward communication means that only the leader will say everything to employees. Employees have no right to say anything. So the thinking and suggestions of the employees are meaningless in this style of leadership. Therefore, the communication is only downward, which means that the managers only tell them their ideas but do not listen to the employees' ideas. Now, what will be the advantages of this form of leadership? The first one is that there will be quick and clear decisions because the manager doesn't have to consult anyone. He has to take his own decisions, so he can take very quick decisions. Satisfactory work, since you know that the work will be performed under the control of the manager, so there will be quantity and quality of the work necessary for less educated employees. Yes, this style is very necessary for those employees who are not well educated, because if the manager is the only one who is well educated over here and the others are not well educated, so when the others are not well educated to understand anything, so it is a responsibility of the manager to do everything. So this type of leadership is very convenient when the employees are not educated. Disadvantages. What is the disadvantages? Lack of motivations. Because everything is done by the managers, he doesn't motivate anyone, so employees doesn't work in such a working conditions. Agitation by employees, since the employees are not given any participation in taking decisions, they are turned into machines. Employees, what is thinking of employees? That they are only the machines who are just only working. There is no type of anything motivation for the employees by the manager. So the employees consider such a leadership style as uninteresting and oppose it. The employees doesn't want such type of leadership. Why? Because they don't have any type of authority to say anything, or they feel it very uninteresting to do in such type of leadership. Third one is possibility of partiality. Yes, it is very true. When everything is in the hands of only one individual, so he tries to please his favorites and flatters by giving them work of less laborious nature. The work which doesn't want a more labor, that is given to the favorite one who likes, to whom he likes, and to whom he doesn't like, he give them more and more of work. So this is known as partiality. This type of leadership is suitable in the following situation. The first one is when the leader is the most knowledgeable member of the group. Yes, for this type of leader, in this type of leadership, the leader should be most knowledgeable one. And when there is little time for decision making. Third, when subordinates are uneducated. And fourth, when subordinates are unexperienced. In such situations, this type of leadership is suitable. Now the second one is democratic leadership style. The word democratic is itself is over there. Democratic means freedom for everything. So this style is known as group centered leadership style. In this style, decisions regarding different words are not taken by the manager alone, but they are taken in consultation with the employees. Here, the leadership in leadership style, there is decentralization. The authority and responsibility gets decentralized among the subordinates. The manager is not the only one who will take all the decisions. He will listen to the ideas, opinions, and suggestions of his employees also. Features is cooperative relations. In this type of leadership style, all of them work with cooperation to achieve the objective of the organizations. Belief in employees. In this type of leadership, the managers believe that his employees are more laborious and more educated, so he have faith in his employees, so he decentralizes authorities and responsibilities to his employees also. For third is open communication. Open communication means managers listens to his subordinates, and subordinates gives their suggestions to the manager. So everyone if there is an open communication, anyone can say anything to anyone. Now next is the advantages of the organization. Democratic leadership style has the following advantages. First one is high morale because everyone is interested in this type of leadership, so everyone is motivated and they are having high morale over there. Creation of more efficiency and productivity. Since the employees are participants in the decision making, they give full cooperation in implementing them. In this way, their efficiency increases. Availability of sufficient time for constructive work. Under this leadership style, the workload of the managers gets decreased. Why? The workload of the managers get decreased because he decentralized authority. So now he has the time to work upon other things also. Now, what are the disadvantages? First one is requirement of educated subordinates. Yes, for this type of leadership, we require very educated employees so that the managers can decentralize his authority to them. Delay in decisions because now everyone is involved in the decision making, so there can be a delayed decision making. Lack of responsibility in managers since the managers wants to evade from the get avoid their responsibilities and give them to their subordinates, so whenever the important decisions are to be taken, they can be held responsible for everything. Suitability. In which situations this type of leadership is suitable? First one is when group members are skilled and eager to share their knowledge, when plenty of time is available for decision making, when leader wants to involve the subordinates in decision making, and when rules are clear to everyone. And the third one is laissez-faire or free reign leadership style. The word only says itself that it is an individual centered style. Everyone over here is a king. In this style, the manager or the leader takes little interest in managerial functions and the subordinates are left on their own. Here, all the decisions are taken by the subordinates only. Managers doesn't involve in anything. The managers, by explaining the overall objectives, help the subordinates in determining their own objectives. The managers, what he do? He tells them the objectives of the organization, and then the subordinates make their own objectives and work according to them only because they have the full freedom to take decisions of their own. This style is absolutely different from the autocratic leadership style. Now, features is full faith in subordinates. Here, the managers think that my subordinates are very good, so he is very dependent on their subordinates and give them the full authority to take all the decisions. Second is independent decision making system. Everyone is free to take decisions, so this is an individual decision making system. Third is decentralization of authority. In decentralization of authority, the manager gives authority to each and everyone so that they can take their own decisions. Self-directed supervisory and control. After having once explained the objectives, the only job of the manager is to interfere only in adverse situations. The supervision and control is done by the employees themselves. Now here the work of the manager is only when we only to explain the objectives only, and then the job of the managers only comes when there are very adverse conditions in the organization. Otherwise everything is done by the employees themselves. Now, advantages. What are the advantages of this? First one is development of self-confidence in subordinates. Yes, it is very true over here. When all the authority is given to the subordinates, they have the all the authority to take the decisions. They can do anything they want. So obviously they have the self-confidence in them. Second, high level motivation. When the manager gives the subordinates all the authority by showing full confidence in them, they start considering themselves as an important part of the concern. In this way, they start feeling that they are not a part of the enterprise but are the enterprise itself. They think that they are not the part, they are the king only over here. With the onset of this feeling, there is nothing left in their motivation. Helpful in development and extension of the enterprise. The development and extension of an enterprise where this leadership style is adopted is at its climax. The reason for this is the time available with the managers to find out the possibilities of development and extension. Now when the everything is done by the employees over here, so now the leader has so much of time to do anything else also. Now he can think of the growth or the expansion of the business also. Disadvantages is first one is difficulty in cooperation when everyone thinks like a king over there, so they will not listen to each other. There is a lack of cooperation or coordination among them because they will not listen to each other. Second is lack of importance of managerial post. In this leadership style, the post of a manager is rendered less important because it does not make any plan or take any decision or exercise any control. Third is suitable only for highly educated employees. Yes, in this case, you require very highly educated employees who can work on their own. They don't require any leader or principal over them. Now, this type of leadership style is suitable only in the following situations. First, when followers are highly skilled, experienced, and educated. When followers have pride in their work and they drive it successfully on their own. Outside experts such as staff specialists or consultants are being used. And the fourth one is followers are trustworthy.